Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's Ed again, and I just wanted to do a quick work in progress update on the AMT Pete359 that I'm working on. Excuse me. I had showed a progress on it in a previous video. I don't remember exactly which one, where I had the chassis mostly completed and I had some work done on the engine. Well, the engine is in the exact same state that it had been in. I haven't gotten anything done on it yet, but the chassis been primed and painted. Still got a little bit of detail work to get done on it, and I also got the drive shaft going from the transmission to the carrier bearing painted. Been doing some work on the cab. Got the holes in the roof drilled out for the cab lights and air horns. Been doing some cleanup work. I cleaned up a little bit of mold line around the rear window here, because I'm gonna fill that in with some polystyrene, some sheet plastic. Got the firewall glued onto the interior tub. Got the little heater box glued onto the firewall, and I got this little filler panel right here glued in. I've got the jump seat glued to its base. I've got the various components for the air ride driver seat. Removed from the sprues and cleaned up, ready to go. They just got to get glued together and then of course primed and painted. Radiator is glued together and cleaned up, ready to go. On the battery box, I just cleaned up the cover slash step and then glued that on over the batteries. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do any kind of detailing on the batteries themselves. They're never going to be seen. The cab mount visor is cleaned up, ready for prime and paint. The hood itself cleaned up of parting lines and what. I've also got the fenders glued on. It's ready for prime and paint. Same goes for the dash. I've got to get better lighting, y'all. I apologize about that. But it's cleaned and it's really washed out, at least from what I can see. But it's cleaned up, ready to get painted, and all its various decals added in. I've still got a little bit to do on the body. I've got a couple of more pieces that have to get attached to the cab itself, as well as getting the styrene cut to fill the where the rear window slash sleeper box pass-through would have been. Excuse me. And on this particular kit, it comes with the sleeper box that's included in the kit, but I'm not going to be utilizing that in the kit. And also because the bed that I'm going to be scratch building to put on it is going to extend up at least to the top of the back of the cab, if not maybe a little higher. The driver of the rig wouldn't be able to utilize the rear window anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in with some styrene and make the rear wall of the cab just one solid piece. Also, the kit has a little header panel piece that goes in right here and covers up the front air horn mounting points, as well as the cab light mounting points, but it doesn't do anything for the rest of the roof of the interior. And as you can see, it's got some It's got some pretty bad ejector pin marks. So to cover those up, I'm gonna scratch build a roof liner out of just some styrene. And I want to give a shout out to Florentino of Florentino Rebuilding Company. If you haven't seen his channel yet, go take a look. The man is incredibly talented. He's the one who gave me the inspiration to take this AMT kit, this AMT Pete, and do the various modifications that I'm doing to it, because of the fact that typical older AMT big rig kits, they are very far from perfect. There's a lot of cleanup that has to be done on them as far as for flash and mold seam lines and things of that nature. So it's like he said in one of his videos about the halfway point of the dump truck project that he's working on right now, where because these AMD kits, these AMT big rigs, are so far from perfect and do require so much work to clean them up and make them look good, that it is the perfect excuse to go ahead and just crack into the kit and modify it however you want to modify it and truly make it your own build. So that's really what I'm doing with this one. And I have to thank Florentino of Florentino Rebuilding Company for that. The man is incredibly talented. He does amazing work. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, go give him a shot. See what he's got. See if you like what he does. Another thing that I'm going to be doing with this particular rig is inspired by Grandpa Mark of Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. With the way that he's doing the LED lighting on the Dodge Dart that he's currently working on, has inspired me to do a whole lot of lighting on this kit. The way the lens assemblies attach to the cab light mounting, that looks like it's going to lend itself to be very easily LED lit. The headlights on this rig definitely lend themselves to being LED lit. I'm going to look into maybe lighting up the fender mount turn signals. The mounting holes are right here at my fingers. Obviously they're not attached yet because I want to look into opening them up with some drill bits and running some wire through there to light them up. The tail lights I want to light up. When I scratch build this bed that I'm going to be putting on it, I want to put some lights on it as well. And I've been looking into picking up an Arduino to make it so that I can control all the various lights independently of one another, much like Grandpa Mark was going to do with this Dart that he's working on. But the trunk of the Dart just didn't have enough space for the Arduino board and the 9-volt and just everything else. So whereas with this bed that I'm building, I can pretty much build a custom box in the position of where the sleeper box would have been, put a hinged door on it, and put the Arduino board and its battery and all that in there. So I'm not going to have to worry about space constraints on that. So that's going to be good. But I'm definitely considering lighting this rig up through the process of getting it built. So for those of you that I have, the ones I have mentioned, as well as anybody that I haven't, that I subscribe to and watch, that have provided me with the various inspirations that I'm utilizing for going into this build as well as others, thank you so much. You're all amazingly talented individuals, and I look forward to seeing further builds and progress on your current builds from you all. And that's about it for this one. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And also the usual YouTube stuff for the algorithm. Subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, y'all know the drill. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.